Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back, and welcome to our review on the MJX X series X901 Nano Hexacopter. This thing has been said to be the world's smallest hexacopter, and it's pretty cool actually. This was sent to me for review by my good friends at Eachbuyer.com, and so there will be a link to the website for this in the description of the video if you want to go check that out and purchase one. But anyways, so this is how it comes. Very small box, okay, well, very small little nano. It's actually smaller than it appeared even in pictures, you know, so it's like, this is really super tiny, you know, and very, very cool. It's got LED lighting all the way around it, and there's 4 blue lights on the posts, 2 in the front for red, so that's your front, and a little set of eyeballs that are blue. Now these will go solid, of course. So you turn on the hex first, and then the radio, which is this little tiny thing, and up throttle, down throttle to bind, boom, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, and you can fly. Voila. Now, on the radio here, I'm just going to go over some things on the radio first. You'll have forward and reverse trims for front and back. Left and right trims for your side to side. No trim actually for your yaw rate or sorry, yaw or spinning left and right movement. Okay, doesn't need it actually. Now, the on and off switch is actually backwards on this one. So, to the right, it's off. To the left, it's on. Okay? And it uses 2 AAA batteries. Now, this thing does 3D flips, as well as it has 3 rates for speed. And you default on, say, well, let's call it mode 1, okay, for, you know, docile flying, okay? And while you've got the throttle up and you got it in the air, push again, and it'll beep, and then you're in rate 2 or mode 2, and then we'll say mode 3, another click, which is high rates. Now on high rates, as long as you're 95% and less, you've got some pretty good fast rates on this thing. It can get up and boogie. And of course, if you go past 95%, it'll go into a flip, whether you go forward, backward, left, or right. It'll flip in all the directions, okay? And then to disengage that, you do have to click again to get back down to your low rates. So, pretty decent. You also get in the box, of course, 6 spare blades, your charger, the manual. And the manual is actually really easy to understand. And it has, you know, all the specs right here. 22 gram weight, 3.7 volt, 180 milliamp battery. Charging time is about 30 minutes. Now that charging time would be based on plugging it directly into your computer's USB port. I have a 7-port hub on my computer, and it has a 3 amp capable load. Okay, so I can plug a whack load of stuff in. So I have a lot more amperage than what a standard USB port would supply. I've actually gotten this thing to charge in like under 20 minutes. So that's actually pretty good for my hub. But direct off the computer, yeah, it's more realistic of 30 minutes. Now, with this thing too, the battery is not removable. Okay, now it doesn't mean it's not replaceable, because there is full part support for these things in several places around the internet. Several websites have all the parts, okay? But you don't ever need to replace this battery until it's basically done with, okay, where it can't really hold a charge anymore, or you get like barely any flight time at all type of thing. You do get around 5 minutes though, but that's going to depend on your flying style, etc., how fast you're going to chew up the battery. Now when this thing flips, of course, it does require a bit of space. You know, flipping it in the house, yeah, with my ceilings, even though they're about a little over 8 feet total, it's still not enough room for this thing, and it kind of wipes out. But outdoors it's great, and it is a good outdoor flyer if you are in really low to no wind, okay? And it's going to be great for night flying, indoors and outdoors, because the LEDs, flying even outdoors, depending on the day. This is kind of an overcast day today too, so you know, it's not bad. You can still see the LEDs. Orientation is kind of different on these things. I would think, you know, something like this. I'm actually going to modify mine. I've got some black automotive pinstriping, and I'm going to put that on the front legs, because then I'll know that that's definitely frontwards. So that's how I'm going to just do a little mod for mine for if I'm going to fly outside on like regular bright days. Because it is a hex, so you've got 6 blades, so it is kind of different to fly, you know, but you will get the hang of it pretty easily. You know, I'm still getting the hang of it myself. I've never flown a hex before, you know. I've flown quads a lot, and I'm really good at quads, but, you know, hexes are a little bit different. But still really good, even if it's your first little type of machine like this, okay? Copter, okay, so we got Hexacopter. But anyways, so yeah, pretty good. Under 25 bucks, free shipping. I think that's a really great deal. The build quality on this seems to be actually quite excellent. I mean, there's a lot of screws holding this thing together, you know, and the entire PCB board is all throughout the frame, so it makes up part of the frame, and then the two halves sandwiched together, you know, so it's pretty good and strong. It's going to take some good hits. The blades are very thin, but they seem to be, I would say, somewhat, I wouldn't say strong, depends on what you hit, you know, type of thing, right? But they do give you 6 spares, which is nice. And to get a replacement pack of 6 blades is pretty inexpensive. You know, all the parts for this are extremely inexpensive. So that's pretty good, you know. What else can I tell you about it? Well, you guys who like your star ratings, I really like it. It's a great little thing for beginners or advanced pilots. You know, the quality build is good. Flight time at 5 minutes. That is really super respectable for running all the LEDs, the movements you're doing, 6-axis gyro, you know, and it does kick in, and, you know, that chews up a little power when the, you know, gyro kicks in more, when it needs to self-correct, you know, in steep to letting go, all that jazz type of thing. It's not perfect, nothing ever is. Range, they say, is about 100 meters. Now, I'm not testing it out that far. You know, getting it, you know, 40 feet away is more than enough, and it still gets really super tiny. You know, so you got to kind of watch it. But I say all around, you know, I put this thing, you know, at about a 3 3/4 out of 5 to be really realistic and honest. So that's where I'm at with it. So definitely good value for the money too. But anyways, guys, we have footage for you for flight footage. So we'll go from here, and you can check out the flight footage, and if you want to buy one of these, click the link in the description of the video, and you can go grab one, and, you know, or grab a few of them, you know, type of thing. They're a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, and let's go check out the flight footage now. Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to the indoor flight of the MJX X901 Nano Hexacopter. I've got to keep remembering it's hex, not nano. Anyways, so this thing's pretty cool, guys. And this is part of our flight review on this. You've got blue lights around here on the main 4, and up front, of course, you've got red lights. And then this lights up blue here on the front, which is kind of sick. I like that little set of eyeballs. So it really all helps with orientation pretty good. Now this is just in the low rates, so you move the stick back and forth and you get that, and that's just moving it back and forth crazy. So let's go to rate 2. A lot more agile, and you do get a little bit more yaw rate. Very stable machine too. You can do a decent hover. Now let's go to the third rates. Now when you're in third rate, as long as you're 95% or less of your movement on your right stick, you've got full usage for flying. Now, if you go past 95%, of course, whoop, you can flip and wipe out like that. A little tricky flying in the high rates. I think I'm back to the low rates now. Yeah, back into the lows. It's a little different flying a hexacopter. The quads, I do really excellent on quads. I'm no expert by any means, but these hexes are they're very similar, but still a little different. Like anything else, you get used to it. Go into the medium rates here again. Wipe out. It is a lot of fun though. And this little package, it has a 6-axis gyro too, which is really sick. You wouldn't expect that. Doing funnels is a little different because it is a hex. It's a little different, but still doable. So, well, we still have a little bit of battery juice left. We're going to go outside and see how she does outside. Now, this thing is rated for 100 meters, but I'm not going to go anywhere near that crazy with this thing. Just because it gets real small real fast. And even in this bit of daylight, you can see the LEDs fairly good. But it's like anything else, you do got to keep an eye on it because it does get really small really fast. Let's try a flip out here. There we go. Flip's nicer. It takes some room to flip. This is a heavier quad, or sorry, hexacopter. So it does have the requirement for flipping outdoors, or if you have really tall ceilings, you'd be okay. And there's our lights telling us that it's time to pack her away. So pretty decent little machine. We'll go back in the house now. I will actually end up putting more flying footage of this thing up on other videos for you guys. I'll do like a fully charged battery, do it outside, you know, that sort of thing. So you get more and more of this hexacopter. But yeah, it definitely worth the money. It's like under 25 bucks, you know, and free shipping. So that's like pretty cool deal, you know. Getting used to the tiny controller. Doesn't take a whole lot to get used to this, you know. So anyways, that's our indoor and outdoor flying footage for this little machine and our review, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.